What's it like to face a storm that could sink a ship? In the icy waters of Antarctica, a group of researchers found themselves caught in the heart of the most dangerous storm of their lives. Picture waves taller than the ship itself, crashing down with terrifying force. No escape, no way out. But somehow, they survived. How? Stick around and we'll show you the epic survival story from the storm that rocked Antarctica. Our story takes place aboard the research vessel Endurance. The mission? To study climate change and sea ice dynamics in the Southern Ocean, just off Antarctica's coast. This is no vacation cruise. It's a highly scientific, incredibly dangerous expedition. The crew is prepared for extreme conditions, but nothing could have prepared them for the deadly storm that would soon arrive. For days, the journey had been smooth. The sea was calm, the skies clear. But in Antarctica, calm can be a cruel illusion. The weather here is incredibly unpredictable, changing in an instant. The crew knows that any day could bring fierce winds or massive swells. Still, nothing prepares them for what's about to unfold. Then, without warning, the storm hit. Winds howled like wolves, and the sky darkened. Waves that had been harmless moments ago grew into towering walls of water. The ship was pitched into chaos. At first, it felt like the ship might ride the waves easily, but soon it became clear that these were no ordinary waves.
Kissing it! Oh! Connection, baby! Holy moly!
As the ship began to roll and pitch, the crew scrambled. Waves of over 30 feet began to crash over the bow, drenching everything in their path. Some waves were even higher, sending the ship into dangerous angles. The sea had transformed from a calm beast to a monstrous one, and the crew had to act fast. Emergency systems were activated, and life-saving procedures were quickly put in place.
Hello.
It was all hands on deck. The crew, experienced as they were, had never faced waves like these. The ship was being tossed around like a toy in a bathtub, and the crew was determined not to let panic take hold. But as fatigue set in, the gravity of the situation became clear. This was not just a storm. This was a battle for survival. On the bridge, the captain and crew members worked furiously, adjusting the ship's course, trying to avoid the worst of the waves. The ship's navigational systems showed a chaotic array of numbers as the storm battered the vessel. The captain's calm voice over the radio was the only thing that seemed steady amidst the chaos. Below deck, engineers were working overtime to keep the vital systems running. The ship's decks were unrecognizable. Waves crashed over the bow, sending spray everywhere. Ice chunks and sea debris floated perilously close to the ship, making it feel like they were trapped in a snowstorm. Visibility was down to mere meters, with only the faintest glimmer of light piercing through the storm's fury. It was hard to believe anyone had ever survived such a place. In interviews after the storm, the crew spoke about their terrifying experiences. One engineer recalled, "I've been through a lot of storms, but nothing like this. I thought we were done for." Another crew member, with eyes wide in memory, said, "I've never seen waves like that. It felt like we were climbing mountains, and then we'd fall right off them. The whole ship would lift and drop. It was insane." Meteorologists later identified the storm as a rogue wave event. Rogue waves, sometimes known as killer waves, are unpredictable and can appear with little warning. These waves can be up to twice the height of surrounding waves, often appearing suddenly and with violent force. Such waves have claimed many vessels, and this storm was no exception. With no time to waste, the ship's crew initiated emergency procedures. Life jackets were distributed and life rafts were made ready. Crew members scrambled to secure everything that could be tossed around, from scientific equipment to personal belongings. Despite the intense danger, everyone remained calm. A Mayday signal was prepared, but thankfully, it never had to be sent. Once the storm subsided, the crew surveyed the damage: shattered windows, dented metal, and waterlogged supplies. Some sections of the ship were flooded, and certain equipment had been lost overboard. Yet miraculously, the ship was still intact. It had survived one of the most intense storms ever recorded in that region. After battling the storm, the ship's fuel levels were critically low, but the nearest refueling station was hundreds of miles away. In a remarkable act of coordination, an icebreaker ship was able to meet the Endurance in the icy waters to provide emergency fuel. The refueling operation was risky, especially with the storm still lingering in the distance, but it was necessary for the mission to continue.
That's new.
Antarctica is one of the harshest places on Earth. With winds that can exceed 100 miles per hour and temperatures well below freezing, it's a place where nature reigns supreme. Every day in Antarctica is a fight against the elements. And this storm was just a reminder of how unforgiving this icy continent can be. Yet it's precisely this unforgiving environment that makes it so critical for scientists to explore. Had the ship sunk during the storm, the chances of survival would have been slim. Rescue operations in the region are difficult and can take days to mobilize. The freezing water and harsh winds would have made it nearly impossible for anyone to survive in the open ocean. The crew knew that their chances were slim, but their resolve to fight the storm was what kept them going. A few days after the storm, the crew managed to complete their mission. Despite the damage, despite the terror they'd experienced, they pushed forward. And as they navigated through calmer seas, they were treated to a breathtaking view of the Aurora Australis, the Southern Lights. It was as if nature was rewarding them for their perseverance. After everything they had been through, the beauty of the moment was even more meaningful. This journey was one of survival and triumph. It showed the strength of the human spirit and the incredible resilience of those who venture into the most dangerous corners of the earth. The crew faced down the storm and came out stronger on the other side. Their story is a testament to how science and exploration can push the limits of human ability. If you found this story as awe-inspiring as we did, please like this video and subscribe for more amazing real-life tales of survival and adventure. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit the bell icon for future videos. Stay tuned for more incredible journeys into the unknown.